Alright, good afternoon viewers of ICS TV. This is Albert Gitok and this is ICS TV. In studio today I'm privileged to have two visitors who are joining us to discuss gender disparities in various professionals. And before we kick off the show, we are going to, or I'm going to give them time to introduce themselves as you joined us as viewers through 22256. It's our SMS line, and 07211811 is our studio line. To kick off the show, maybe a time to introduce yourself as we kick off the show.
Yeah, good evening viewers. My name is Jack Mbogwa. I am an advocate of human rights and also a preacher. And it is good to be here, so thank you for having us.
Welcome, Jack Mbogwa.
Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Annelies Chepchirchir. I'm a student at ICS College in Tech, Social Work and Community Development.
Yes, it is indeed a privilege to have you in my studio and in our studio at ICS TV. And to kick off the show that is right away, we have been having gender disparities in various professions. Talk of engineering, talk of hospitality, talk of fashion, talk of social sciences. And we have been having this debate of female being more of feminism or their courses or their their professions, more of theory or not technical as compared to the female gender or to the male gender. When we talk about right now, we have counties and we have the women reps, and we don't have the men reps in our counties. Maybe to ask you, Jack Mbogwa, about why not have women rep? Why not have the men rep, yet we have the women rep in our county?
Wow, such an interesting question. I think for a very long time, there is a place we have gotten as a continent, Africa, and also as a country to narrow it down, in Kenya, where the culture was so much, appreciated. Like it had gotten to a time where the culture was like neglected in some way. So in their quest and desire to restore the sanity of the culture, I think they overdid that so that they restored so much the culture, they end up forgetting that we also have a culture. And that is why you see it's amazing to know that right now in the country, we have 47 women representatives, but we do not have any place where there are men representatives. This is simply because we got to a place and our focus was so much into the culture, and then when we embraced them so much and they were able to stand, we now neglected the culture. But that was not supposed to be the case. The case is now we have gone to get the culture. She's now doing well. So let us go back and also reach out to the culture so that they get to their balance.
Yeah, so that we can have a balance.
Yes.
That is Jack Mbogwa saying that so that we can have a balance in our county, so that we can have a balance in the leadership system in Kenya. There was an introduction of the women rep seat in our county. Maybe a question to my sister Chepchirchir, a student at ICS College. At ICS College, we might have courses, but believe you me, in the engineering department, male gender dominates so much. What is that lacking in the female gender that they are not doing these technical courses?
I think Kenya is, like, for instance, Kenya or Africa is such a patriotic country, so some professionals were seen as a men professional only, like for instance the transportation system, but right now you can see that the ladies are getting into that because women have been empowered, women have been educated, and right now people believe that what a man can do, a woman can do that.
Yeah.
But I think women still have to be empowered in that, because people still do some courses or some things to be only men, and the way people think that women are much more better in languages and men are much more better in scientific subjects or such things. So women need to be educated more on that.
Thank you so much, Chukwu. Now a question to Jack.
Yes.
Mbogwa. We have this notion that male gender or the females belong to the males. Biblically, we were told that a woman was created from a man's rib.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is right.
Right.
Even from God,
Yes.
from the Bible.
Yes.
But now, female gender or the female, that is the feminism, has turned to be in some African setup or even the Western culture, they have been empowered and they are seeing themselves now that we cannot be owned by men. There is that notion that it has come, it has now changed the African setup. That is the traditional setup that man or female were created from men's rib,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what can you say or what can you tell? What is your view in regards to that?
Wow, that is an interesting question again. It is clear even from the scripture that man was created first and then woman came to existence after man was created. So that goes without saying, if we do not have a man, then we could not even be mentioning about a woman. The reason why we can have a woman in existence, it's because man was created first. There is this idea of, what a man can do, a woman can do better. And in every successful man, there is a woman behind. And I want to say that one it is not accurate, because the power of a woman is found in a woman being submissive. If a woman cannot get to a place of submitting, to the husband, all that will be working in is no longer, it is not going to be profitable, because what now happens after that, when she fails to submit, she will be working from a place of pride. That is why women say now, I don't need a man, I can pay the bills by myself, I can all these kind of things, then I do not need a man. So they get to a place of just reducing man to someone who is just going to provide and do these kind of things. But the reason why God allowed woman to come out of man is so that this woman can get to a place where she can be able to submit. And in submitting, that is where her power is found. But now you see the notion has changed in Africa, because a woman is like, if men can do this, we can also be there. And it has come to a place where it's no longer, they're not doing it with a clear motive. They're doing it from a place of competition and wanting to prove a point. Yes. The reason why we have so many single people nowadays, it's because they are like, why do I need a man? I can take myself out, I can buy a car for myself. But that is not even the idea of God. The idea of God is you are there as a woman. Your power, true power, is found in you being submissive to the man. Yes.
Thank you so much. Remember, this is ICS TV. This is gender disparities in various professions. Keep it locked. We shall be back in a minute. Right. Thank you and welcome back. Thank you for keeping it at ICS TV. And this is gender disparities in various professions. And here I have two guests. That is Jack and Chepchirchir from ICS College. A question to Chepchirchir from ICS College. Recently, specifically in Kenya, we have had girls outshining boys in terms of exams or when it comes to national exams. In the past, we could see boys outshining girls, but it has changed. Now we are talking about girls outshining boys. What has led to this?
Thank you. I think the reason why most girls are outshining boys in education is most girls have been now know the importance of studies. It's not just that. Before, people had the initiative of girls just being a housewife, your duties are meant to be in the house. But now most ladies are career oriented, not really family oriented. Yeah? So by that, most girls are now educated, most girls now know the importance of education. That makes them much more successful education-wise, yeah. And most men, yeah, through this empowering of women, men have been forgotten at some point. By that, girls are being empowered. Most advocates, yeah, are advocating for female rights. And there are less people talking about men's rights. So That's why ladies are much more career-oriented compared to men.
Yes, thank you so much. So we have had campaigns towards empowering girl child that has made the boy child to be forgotten, and that was has led to girls outshining boys in terms of classwork, in terms of we have seen even a lot of borders being operated by men, that is the boys. Instead of learning, they are in the business, and that is maybe a question to Jack. Economy-wise, we have seen right now a lot of taxes are being imposed on citizens, and that one has led to people hustling so much, as we have been told by the government of the day that it is the government of the hustlers. And hustlers have been termed as also a lot of taxes have been imposed to them, making the economy hard. The economy led to maybe these gender disparities in professions and maybe even economy-wise.
Yes, I think it has really led to that, because you find many people that are in business sectors and all these kind of things, but most of them they are male. Like for example, you talk about border. Actually, like 100%, I kid you not, when you go to a deal, you're not going to find any female on that bike. So when we say like there is this kind of tax, definitely it is going to affect the male. Yeah, it's going to affect the male gender. So yes, I think it has really led to that, and it's something that I would really follow the government to check on that, because when we continue like that, that is why we have so many men. They are losing it, because it is affecting them so much. Because it is them that are stabilizing businesses, they're establishing things here and there, and so yes, I think it has affected them very much.
Yes, thank you so much. This is ISS TV, and maybe a parting shot for our guest, starting from Chief. What is your last words towards, or maybe to a female outside there who is listening to you right now, or to maybe a boy child or a male gender outside there who is listening to you right now?
I think education is important for both the male child and the female child. So as we empower women, let us also remember to also empower men. Yeah, because I also believe that if you educate a woman, you're educating the society. But if you educate a man, you're educating an individual. That is a perception that is really out there. But let us remember that if we educate everyone, the society benefits at large.
Thank you so much. To Jack Bugo, your last words as we wind up the show.
Yes, I think also I would echo what she have said, that for a long time, boy child have been neglected. But I want to urge boy child, let us embrace education, because it is very, very helpful, and let's continue, just being on toes and doing what we are called to do. And also even for the government, let us not only have this initiative that supports the male, but let us have a balance. And with doing that, the society in our country is going to be a better place.
Thank you so much. This has been Gender Disparity in Various Professions. I have been your host, Bitok Albert. Thank you.